Welcome back, everyone. I've been away for a bit as I attended the Olympic Trials and Flip Fest gymnastics camp. They were both incredible, and now I'm happy to be back doing some more analysis. As an Olympian, to me, the Olympic Trials are even more intense than the Olympics. Once you qualify for the Olympic team, you can go for gold at the Olympics, but if you have a bad meet at the Olympic Trials, you may not even make the Olympic team. So the Olympic Trials were very intense to watch, but super exciting. Today we'll be analyzing the bar and floor routine of the youngest gymnast to be named to the 2024 Olympic team, HEZLY Rivera. There were a few surprises at the Olympic Trials, and HEZLY making the Olympic team was a surprise to many. The door was opened up wider for her to make the Olympic team when favorite athletes such as Sky Blakely, Kayla DiCello, and Shalise Jones all had to withdraw from the competition due to injury. HEZLY is the youngest member of the Olympic team at age 16, which means it wasn't long ago that she became eligible to compete as a senior, so I'm sure it's extra exciting to her to be a member of the Olympic team. Let's get started with the analysis. She mounts with the same two skills as Simone Biles. This is a kip hop change. You can see here in this brief moment of weightlessness, they change their hands from regular grip to reverse grip and then cast to a handstand. The next skill is called a Weiler kip. This skill looks like a handstand into a front hip circle with reverse grip cast back into a handstand, but it's traditionally done with a more open body position. Simone enters her Weiler kip a bit early, closing her shoulders here. HEZLY has a very extended handstand before entering her Weiler kip and holds a more hollow position as she casts to her handstand pirouette. They both do pirouettes out of this skill. HEZLY does a toe-on soul circle full pirouette that is a bit over vertical and then enters what is basically a Stalter Maloney or reverse heck from the low bar to the high bar. Simone is also a bit over vertical in her handstand and does a more specific Maloney from a toe-on soul circle. HEZLY does a nice job of keeping her legs together in this backswing, setting up for her Stalter Tkachev or reverse heck. You can see how little swing she has to enter this release, but she has a very deep compression in her Stalter and throws the bar very quick and strong. This is a small Stalter reverse heck due to the small swing, but she has a very efficient counter rotation and powerful throw, making this skill clean and comfortable for her. Now into a kip cast handstand into a very vertical handstand. We can see here she closes her shoulder angle and tries to make her body shorter to slow the power of her swing so she can control the pack salto from the high bar to the low bar. She does this very smooth with a slight flexing of the feet as she passes the low bar and a slight jarring of her shoulders as she catches the low bar, but she pushes away and swings out with great control and good swing. Now into a kip cast handstand. This is a side-by-side with Nastia Liukin. They have very similar hollow body positions in their handstands, and if you watch HEZLY throughout her bar work, she often has an exaggerated hollow body position in many of her skills. They have the same coach, Valery Liukin, so I imagine this is a technique he emphasizes. Again, this deep hollow position. Look at the bend of the bar as she gets her toes on the bar in the soul circle. This is a very clean Maloney or reverse heck to the high bar. She has a slight leg separation in the backswing as she tries to generate power from this very low swing into her Tkachev or reverse heck. From the side angle, it looks cleaner. Nice flexibility in her back and shoulders. She's going to do a Tkachev out of this little swing, so she has to rely on technique. Look how high she gets her toes up here, and look how much bend she has in her body. This is very important because as she throws the bar behind her, she has to throw her feet back down away from the bar to cause a very strong counter rotation. This will help her complete the Tkachev as she gets back to the bar. It's a low Tkachev but very clean and comfortable. She's slightly over vertical but very tight and hollow body position in this handstand. In her giant swing, you can see she has more pronounced hollow than many other gymnasts and generates a lot more power in her giant swings as she sets up for a very clean half-in half-out dismount. Just a slight step on the landing. Very nicely done. Moving on to floor. She mounts with a double layout full out or a double layout backflip with a full twist. Here's a side-by-side with Olympic teammate Jade Carey. HEZLY has a very nice set with strong arm reach. Her and Jade look very similar, but I would say that HEZLY twists a bit earlier than most of the other athletes that do layout full twisting doubles. She finishes solid with a clean controlled landing. Her second pass is a very clean double layout. She does lean back slightly, and this causes her to travel back more than the ideal, but she still has great execution and lands standing straight up very easily. Here's a side-by-side with Jordan Childs. Jordan has a slightly deeper block angle, and this helps her lift in her double layout, but both double layouts look very similar and very nicely done. This leap is done very well. When we slow it down, we can see it looks iconic with her head thrown back and great flexibility. Well done. This split is slightly a bit shy of a split, but she's twisting into it and out of it as well. Nice Iron Man pose. Here is her almost compulsory wolf turn. I believe this skill will have less value in the next rule set, and we'll see much less of this skill as many current athletes are doing this skill for its value. HEZLY's next pass is a more basic tuck front flip step out into a round off back handspring tuck double backflip. We can see the yellow flag is raised, which means she stepped out of bounds. I am surprised how many athletes seem to step out of bounds these days. Maybe it's the fact that the floors are more springy, or maybe they're doing more difficult skills and running longer. I believe this pass is very comfortable for her. We can see she has a deeper arm bend in her back handspring, and her head throws back a bit faster than ideal, but she still completes this tumbling pass very easily. Her last tumbling pass is a round-off back handspring 2.5 twisting layout backflip. Here she over-rotates a bit, but most of the time she has very good control on her landings, as we'll see in this side-by-side to herself. Just this slight difference in her landing angle can really contribute to how much control she has of her landing. The one on the right is ideal and much more common for her. Hezly was a bit of a surprise to make the Olympic team. She's younger, and I believe she's still improving at a fast rate and still on her way to her full potential. She appears to be in the middle of an excellent improvement wave throughout her gymnastics, and it will be very exciting to see how she performs at the Olympics. As always, thanks for checking out my analysis, and I hope you enjoyed it and got some value out of it. Click and subscribe if you'd like to be notified each time I release a video like this. Also, feel free to like and leave any thoughts you might have in the comments. Until next time, rock on!